Yeah, it's still cruising in the neighborhood, I believe. Just as an example. Okay, not the best example. It kind of rolled through the stop. But doesn't everybody? I don't know. Does everybody roll through the stop? Is it really there for selective enforcement? Okay, so I think the bus went in deeper. Thinking in a minute or so it should come out of this street on the left up here, and we'll see. I'm on a traditional public sidewalk. That's my opinion. So when I'm in better shape, feeling better and all that, not sick, I'll walk that street as well. Sometimes I'll do the whole subdivision. Today, I'm gonna shortcut it and kill the, oh, here it comes. Okay, I can see a stop it just made. It had to make, I thought it was gonna do a good full stop, which it did. I thought it's doing it for the stop sign, but it's doing it in part as well to let kids out. So that ain't really a good judgment for us to use. I did see Oak Hills Local School District is hiring bus drivers, so if you're into the bus driving thing, check them out. Should have this bus coming up to this street stop sign next. We're gonna see how they do. I need to get a speed recorder because I think they might go faster than 25 miles an hour around here. He definitely rolled right through that stop sign. Let's slow it down, buddy. Let's slow it down. Did you notice how much he slowed down? Let's compare that last stop to this stop. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Okay, they have to let kids out here, so I'm not trying to record kids. And sometimes I'm specifically trying to avoid recording them. I know. $6730, I believe, is the number for that bus. If I read it correctly, 6730. I'd like to get a speed tracker because you know, I'm just guessing because it's hard to judge, but it seems to me that they certainly could be going over the speed limit back here, going over the double yellow line there. These aren't big deals, but when your whole career is driving safely, going over double yellows, crossing over 2 lanes of traffic to take a left turn. I know I'm recording myself, I'm watching him. He's a bus driver, the bus I'm watching. And I'd say that was a questionable stop down there as well, but it was better than the one up here. I wouldn't complain about the one down there. The one up here was clearly, he rolled through it, which majority of the time isn't going to be a problem, right? Because we all seem to roll through stop signs more or less. And it's really there so you can selectively enforce it against who? Maybe people doing government accountability, maybe black people, maybe poor people, based on the model and make of the car. I'm not saying these things are happening in Delhi, but I have heard real life stories of these things happening. Good afternoon, this is Rich.
Hi, Rich. This is Kath at Delhi. I wanted to let you know the report that you wanted a copy of. It's up here for you to pick up if you want, or I can email it to you if you'd like.
If I pick it up, is there a charge?
No.
No. Could you email it to me and then I'll try and pick it up as well?
Yeah, I sure will.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Awesome. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was Kath from Delhi Township. She's for lack of a better word, she's like the police department frontline manager, I think is maybe her title, I'm not sure. Her department basically, as I understand it, she reports to lieutenant, fulfills records requests, and is kind of the first line of response with non-emergency citizens that go in to the PD and also that call on the phone, as I understand it. All in all, I think she's a good person, and all in all, I think she's done good work. So whatever that's worth. Just like today, you saw she called. It's a good response. I think it was only a day or two later. She was polite. I was polite, and at the end of the day, there's no problem. No problem. That's how it should go every time. You know, with some exceptions and in context. So we're going to keep looking at Oak Hills School District bus drivers. I'm going to make a note on this one. And we'll see what happens. Based on what I would judge, those kids were about the height of my soloplex. So I'm saying they were about this tall. All in all, I'm about 5'11". They were shorter. That tells me they're not high school kids. They're kind of middle school kids. I would guess either from the Delhi, or either from C.O. Harrison, or from the middle school I had a lot of problems with that weaponized against me. Rapid Run Middle School. And this isn't the first time, you know, running through a stop sign, or rolling through it, if you will. That's not a huge deal. But it was enough to get the Delhi PD written up. And so we're going to keep doing some level of accountability. And we're going to see how it goes. I spoke with the sergeant from Green Township today, where Oak Hills High School falls in their jurisdiction. And they told me the lieutenant there, Lieutenant, I may butch it, I'm going to say Saber. I think I got it wrong, but it's close enough. Said that Green Township spoke with Bill Murphy of Oak Hills Local School District, and both the school district and Green Township acknowledged my right to exercise rights like holding a sign on a traditional public sidewalk right next to the high school, as long as it doesn't incite violence or something like that, I believe he said. I have it recorded so I can post it. And he said, if you could let us know, but he said, you know, he asked that I let them know when I'm going to do it so they can send road patrol around and make sure I'm safe. I like to give them the benefit of the doubt, but that just don't jive with my understanding of what would actually happen. I'm not sure they'd be rolling around to see if I'm safe. I could see them maybe rolling around. I want to badmouth Green Township. I'm just saying my experience with police in general is that if I'm doing that up at the Oak Hill schools, and whether they both recognize that it's my right or not, that don't mean they're going to be friendly about it. And for police to roll around to check on my safety, I would say it's more to roll around and check to see if there's something I'm violating that they could get me on, but that's just not really substantiated in the local sense. I gotta get him to stop barking. Gnarly, no bark. You want to go in? Come on. We're going. No bark. So we're gonna. So what I think Oak Hills is doing, and this is just my guess, is I think next time, because they tried to get me criminally last time, is my understanding. Even though prior to the event, and even now, apparently they're admitting that I have every right to do that. So what I think Oak Hills Local School District might do is come after me civilly again with a restraining order that even though it's civil, you get punished like it's criminal, except you get punished before there's any due process. they submit a restraining order, and I guess the due process is the judge looks at what the school wrote on a piece of paper, and I guess either makes a decision or just green light stamps a restraining order that takes away all my rights and puts me at risk of being in jail 2 years for making an honest mistake. I'd ask anyone. I assume it's the same pretty much everywhere around. For me, when I wasn't allowed within 500 feet of local school district property, if I turned outside my house and took a right, 60, like I did throughout my whole life, to go up the Delhi Pike, which I do all the time, you go out your street, you take a right, you're not even thinking about it. Before you know it, you're at McDonald's or whatever, and you're on your way back home going the same way you always went for, 20 years or whatever. For me now, to break that habit, it's not an easy habit to break. You just mindlessly driving. Even when you try and focus, you're thinking about it. Oh, I can't go near school property. You might go out your street and forget you were just thinking about that. Take a right because, hey, all of a sudden you're thinking about the health of a loved one that's in the hospital or something, whatever. You take a right. 1 minute later, you're within 500 feet of a school district property and you're risking 2 years in jail. No wonder our judicial system got rated a 35% approval rating. How it gets that high a rating, I do not know. They're let criminal thugs out time and time and time and time again that are violent people. And then peaceful people exercising constitutional rights end up getting punished.